Welcome to the Female Bodybuilding channel. And JB, pronounce Julia's last name for me once again, because I butchered.
Whitesel.
Whitesel. Thank you for coming on, Julia. We're excited to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
And we saw some pictures of you on Instagram, and JB texted me and said, AJ, look at this one. Here we have some potential for women's bodybuilding. And I told him, but that's the women's bodybuilding post. And we saw your pictures, and it's official. You're jumping to women's bodybuilding. Is that correct?
Yep, I'm doing it.
Talk to us a little bit before we go into the past. What made you to do that decision?
So I competed my last show was the Puerto Rico Pro in 2021. I just, I look like a linebacker in a WPD lineup. I'm 5'8". I'm not saying like, oh, I'm super muscular. I'm 5'8" and I have a big frame. I have big joints. So I just look out of place. I think it's going to be a more comfortable division for me. I think I like the way that women's bodybuilding is trending right now. So I'm excited about it.
We saw you. Was that when was your first pro show?
Oh, it was 2021. I did St. Louis, New York, and Puerto Rico just back to back to back.
You just turned pro. We saw the pictures. There were some legs really stand out. Very great quad sweep, detail, shoulders striated, but the frame, tremendous frame to pack on more muscle here. So, and you're very young. You're late 20s, correct?
I'm 31. I wish I was late 20s. Let's call it the late 20s. That's fine.
And you showed great progress in those first shows. So you took a whole year off. Why is that?
Gosh, I originally was only going to take a year off just to be able to, I need to bring up my back. I've needed to do that. We also run a personal training business. So I'd taken a lot of time away to focus on me, wanted to focus on them, let my husband do a few shows. And then I had my implants redone. That added like another almost year to that. And then I had this really weird like nerve damage thing happen like September. So it's just been, I've had things, but we're back.
We're back. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Quick, before we go into what's going to happen now, how did you fall in love with how was your road to turn pro for you?
Oh gosh. Well, long and hard, it seemed like during, I got into bodybuilding. I quickly fell in love with it. I love to train. I think that needs to be everyone's basis for loving bodybuilding. I am a recovering drug addict, so it was an easy swap from there. So, trying to turn pro, I just had a really hard time nailing my conditioning. I have always kind of put on muscle easily and had a bigger frame. So that was my only, my calling card there. I just could never get conditioned. So I feel like once I kind of started to figure that out, it was much easier, but it took me a good 4 years to even start to tap into that. So I tried to turn pro from, I think my first national show was 2015 or 16. And I finally turned pro in 2019.
Okay. Quickly, can you turn it when you say recovering drug addict? Can you go a little bit into that, or?
Oh gosh, I could tell you lots of sob stories if you wanted.
I want to get to know you.
Yeah. I got addicted to. I was, very much in that time frame of the whole OxyContin trend as a high schooler, so fell prey to that as a young person. Spent many years escalating that. So that turned into an IV drug addiction. Really, bodybuilding and fitness is what has pulled me out of that. I needed something I'm a very addictive personality. I'm very black or white. I think most bodybuilders would tell you that. I think that's why it's so common in the sport that a lot of us are in recovery. But just the structure and the routine has been really good for me, and it allows me to obsess about something that isn't going to kill me. So.
Great. So it's important. A lot of people don't mention all the positive things with bodybuilding. So bodybuilding definitely saved your life then. Would you say so?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Your husband, we also saw, is he your coach or?
He is, yes.
How is that to have, because usually it's a problem when the wife, you prep your wife. There's going to be a lot of, how does that work?
Oh God, yeah, man. We tried that for the first time. Let's see, I did the Arnold as an amateur in like 2018, and I think after that we were like, we're never doing this again. He tried to pass me off to another coach. You know, it's just it's what you would expect until you get used to it. It's a lot of, he's having to play the role of husband and coach, which at times can be awkward. I just think over the course of time, we've figured out how to do that. And I can't, you know, I have to separate in my mind Coach Ryan from husband Ryan. I can't, you know, try to sweet talk him into things or he can't listen to me if I'm whining, you know. So I think we've got it down really well now. I tried to work with other coaches in between, and there's a lot of wonderful coaches out there, and I know that's an issue anytime you're hiring a coach. I can't trust anybody to be as invested as he is. He's personally invested. He, you know, wants this for me as much as I want it. So it just works for us.
So do you give him like update pics, or he doesn't need it because he sees you all the time?
Oh, he's a total like rigid asshole about it. He makes me send check-ins to his email. So even though he takes my pictures, I have to then send him the email. He wants it all done formally.
Do you have any input on the things you're eating and taking or whatever, or is he controlling, like, because it's different when you live in the same house? Like, do you give anything suggestions, or do you feedback for it, or you just follow the plan?
I mean, I do my best to try to give him feedback as far as, you know, I know my body, I know what certain things should feel like, you know, whether I feel like metabolism's running quickly or slowly, I can kind of give him that feedback. But I try to not put too much in his ear, because it's just hard for him to separate the emotional from the physical. So I don't feel like, yes, I would have control if I wanted it. I think we've kind of figured out that I have to step back and just let him do it. Obviously, if he were to tell me to do something that I adamantly didn't agree with, we would discuss it, but we haven't really had that to this point.
What we saw on your physique, JB, we really liked your physique for what we saw. We need width on the back is the main, what can I say, concern.
Yeah,
what are we doing to bring up the width?
Oh my God, that has been my cross to bear for years. It's just been a hard connection for me for whatever reason. I know they talk about like torso or limb bodybuilders. I'm very much a limb bodybuilder. You know, I tend to take things over with my biceps or triceps or whatever, you know, whether it be chest or back. He trains with me every day. We train clients in the gym as well. So that's his genetic gift, is he has a great back. So though he's very annoyed trying to teach me, he's watching me train. So this has been, you know, we're doing what we can with it. I would love to someday have that not be on my weak body part list.
How much did you... Okay, so women's bodybuilding, it's a different ball game than physique. Even though it's not that much different in these days. It's how you present yourself, and obviously a little bit more size, but not that much. What's the different physique or package you want to bring to Vancouver than you did from because it's 2 years now, correct? 2 years since last time, so we're expecting big things. What's going to be the different?
Well, I do think I'm much bigger overall. Posing definitely needed to improve. So posing we've been working on daily. I do think I think my back is a little bit bigger, although it's not a ton bigger. We finally nailed down, I think the biggest piece is just, you know, like I told you, we had spent so many years just trying to get that conditioning nailed down. I think we finally got it 100% at Puerto Rico. The only issue there was we literally dragged it to the finish line trying to get it, so we didn't get a chance to fill up. So I was very flat up top. Okay. So we're hoping, you know, that is not going to be an issue this time. Conditioning has been on track where it needs to be. So yeah, just fuller, bigger, better presentation, and I want to bring the same, if not better, conditioning from that show.
JB, give us a question, JB.
You said you work as a part-time, as a personal trainer. Sorry. Is this your main job, or do you have some regular work, when you can say it?
Nope. We run a personal training business full time, so we are in the gym with clients, 8-10 hours a day. We prep clients as well. Most of we're primarily like, I'd say 40% prep clients, 60% lifestyle clients.
This much? Yeah. Did we also make posing preparation, or is it just for the training and nutrition?
Yeah, no, we try to make, when our clients come to us, we try to handle everything. So I help the girls pick out their suits. We do the posing. Yeah.
Do you have a different style of posing, or is it just individual for the people itself separately?
My husband is really the better poser. I can do, I can teach the mandatories. I can get a bikini girl to give a good presentation on stage. I can put you in your poses. As far as like the flair and the artistic side, he's definitely that side.
Oh, cool. So recommend. Okay, good. Thank you.
Vancouver Pro. It's the first show. It's not Vanish. JB, what's it called again? It's not called the Vancouver Pro. It's called the Vanish.
Van Isle
Showdown.
Yeah. Last year, sadly, nobody showed up. Only Eva Montgomery. But the athletes that did show up said it was one of the best shows. Treated the athletes very well. It was a really good show. This year, we're going to have some more athletes coming out in women's bodybuilding. Sherry Priami, she's known for her super condition. Andrea Sower, if you know who that is, she is in it. She has round muscle bellies, a much shorter person, so very different look from you. Let's say that's the three girls we know. Christina Nicole is a possible. It's like she's not sure yet, but let's see those two girls there. Do you see yourself do you have the tools to be comparable in this lineup? Can you, like Sherry Priami, she almost made the Olympia, crazy conditioning. You have a different structure. How do you see yourself next to Sherry Priami and Andrea?
You put me on the spot there, huh?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right, I'll play. I totally respect those women. She has, her conditioning is amazing. I think her presentation, I've been very impressed with her. I think my strengths on stage are going to be, I have a pretty feminine shape. I have a decently small waist. I feel like conditioning will be comparable with hers. We will not go if it's not comparable with hers.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good about it. I'm 5'8", 170 pounds. So I think up there on stage, it'll compare.
You'll be 170. Are you 170 now, or you say
I'm 170 now? So it won't be that cool on stage, but probably like I don't know, 165. We'll call it that.
Okay, you're gonna have the size and frame and structure advantage over the shorter Sherry and Andrea. Then, do you have plan on doing any other shows, or is it this show, hope to win, qualify to the Miss Olympia? But if you don't win, are we doing New York?
Oh, we're gonna go to New York, win or no win.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna slam them out until the job's done, man. We're just gonna keep going until we get one.
Oh,
okay, yeah, okay. So you're fresh now. You feel fresh after all, like.
For sure.
You feel fresh and ready to go. So you're planning to do the shows necessary to qualify to the. Do you have any feelings towards like women's bodybuilding? Is a long tradition. A lot of beautiful things, a lot of pain. It's a long story with a lot of success and a lot of failure. The Miss Olympia came back in 2020. Do you have any type of, what can I say, women's bodybuilding for you? Does it mean something is extra for you? Have you followed the sport, the traditional women's bodybuilding? What does Miss Olympia mean to you? Give us a little bit insight into how your what do you call it, with the women's bodybuilding, the history of it.
Oh, well, I'm just a huge bodybuilding fan, women's or men's. I watch all of it. I even watch the bikini girls. So yeah, I would
You even watch the bikini.
I do, yeah. I do
You don't
because
fast forward it.
I mean, it's not like I sit there and I enjoy it, but I watch it because I've got clients, you know. So
what about men's physique?
Okay, all right. I don't watch that. You got me there.
Yeah.
No, I watched it at the Olympia, so I watched a little bit.
Yeah.
No, you know, we watch the men's open class and I watch the women's physique and women's bodybuilding. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. Bodybuilding was not super appealing to me until the last probably 2 to 3 years. It's changed a lot. As far as women's bodybuilding, the class, you know, because I feel like whenever I got into women's physique, the body type was much different. You know, we're talking like Juliana was the peak of that. Yeah, that was a much different look. So I feel like now we've merged the two. I have tons of respect for all the women that compete. I'm not, you know, it's changed a lot. So I don't know that 5-6 years ago I would have looked at that and been interested in it. So I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I have a big history of watching women's bodybuilding, though I've watched it. I'm definitely more of a fan in the last few years, but yeah, I'm just a big bodybuilding fan all around. Going to the Olympia would be, I mean, that is the life dream. That's it.
Good. That's good too. Top 2 physiques you admire currently in women's bodybuilding that's active. Don't care about the judging, but a physique that you would like to, well, not look like, but something you like. Wow, that's your type of physique.
Well, I think Michaela Aycock always comes to mind for me. I think I'm a little biased with that because, you know, I don't know her personally, but just watching her on social media, I mean, she is just relentless and just improves year after year. So I would always put her on my list. I can't not put Andrea Shaw on that list. She is like one of the only women that can pull off being very muscular and very sexy and feminine at the same time. I think she's amazing. I put Mona on my list for sure. I think she's got a beautiful physique. Yeah, those are probably my top 3.
Those are your top 3. Were you at the Olympia this year?
No, we didn't go.
You didn't go. You watched it. You watched it at home. Yeah, it was a great show. Did you do you see any of the girls close to Andrea? Is there any girls that has the potential, do you think, to battle out with Andrea? Other than yourself, of course.
I'm trying to think of.
It's hard.
I just don't think you can touch her, man. I really don't.
No, she's very good. Yes.
Yeah. She's perfect. She's like looks hard and soft at the same time. Like I don't know how that happens. Like she's the shit.
Yeah, no, she's very, very, very good. We're really excited to see the transition to women bodybuilding. We saw your frames in your structure. I think it's gonna fit really well. We'd be really excited to see how much mass you've been able to put on, JB.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it. What do you bring on stage? I just have your stage pics, the last stage pics here. And yeah, cross fingers and very good luck in the preparation.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Guys, please remember to watch the stream. It's very important to keep women's bodybuilding alive. The stream will be out 23rd of April. It's the pay-per-view. And it's gonna be great. We're really excited to see you, and we're looking forward to have you on again when you have that Olympia qualification.
That's right.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.